I'm gon' bust your head. 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 I'm gon' bust your head.
Alright, my fans, here we go. Spar Promotions is proud to present 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the middleweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by Down to Scrap Clothing. Make sure you visit the Down to Scrap Clothing booth located in our lobby. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Mylan Ayers. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing red trunks, trimmed in blue. He is training out of Nubians MMA in Los Angeles, California. He weighed in 185 pounds. Tonight, he is making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jones Jr. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing red trunks, trimmed in black. He is hailing out of Palm Springs, California. He weighed in 179 pounds. Tonight, he is also making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Maximus! All right, fans, here we go. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the middleweight division.
All right, fight fans, we got 3 rounds, 185 pounds. This fight is brought to you by Down to Scrap Clothing. Down to Scrap, a consistent brand on the regional, Bellator and UFC. We've seen Down to Scrap Clothing, one of the more beneficial companies out there for amateur fighters. Always supporting the locals. And here we go. We got Max Kirk and Derrick Jones. No touch of the gloves. Deep leg kick and a front kick from Kirk. Now he's got a choke, but Jones gets him on the ground.
See Kirk working that guillotine here. Looks like he's trying to get back to close guard to try to cinch it up. Jones doing a nice job of stuffing that bottom leg, not letting it happen.
That fence preventing him to get to side control, though.
Needed the body from Jones. Kirk needs to let go of that head and get that underhook, try to get to his knees or recover guard. There he goes.
Yeah, Kevin, at what point do you give up the move and try for the transition?
Well, you never want your hand really around the guy's neck when he's passing his side control. He's got an arm lock here.
He's elevating with his legs there.
This could be it right here. He's got
that's tight.
It's an upside down triangle, but there's no arm in it. It's basically a head scissors.
Looks like he's fishing for a Kimura.
Or does he have the arm? No, he doesn't. It's just upside down head scissors. He might be looking for that Kimura grip to try to roll him over to sweep.
If he can get that arm past the body, he's in trouble.
Jones does a good job of keeping that arm safe for now. He needs to pop his head out of there, though, and he'll be in side control in a nice position.
Step over from Jones for a second, flirts with it. It doesn't seem like he can get a fulcrum on that elbow for the arm lock, but he still has that arm secure. Jones is still in trouble here.
Nice job of Jones.
Oh, he gets out of it. Max Kirk quickly going back to the butterfly guard there. One leg in. Oh, nice right hand on the exit for Jones.
Kirk looking a little too comfortable off his back here. It doesn't seem to be urgent to really get to his feet or recover any kind of closed guard. I'm not sure what his game plan is. He's doing a pretty good job of not letting Jones pass, but this round is going to go to Jones just due to being on top, the majority of the time.
Pretty impressed with Jones's work so far, avoiding any problems on the ground. Great job. Derrick Jones and Max Kirk with a strategic battle. First round's done. Both Kevin and I have to give that. You got to give that round to Derrick Jones. He was the busier of the 2 fighters.
A little bit of a feeling out, on the ground process for Kirk, I feel. He went for that initial guillotine. The fence, was keeping Jones from passing, banning that.
Now, you pointed this out earlier. Kirk came in a little bit fired up, charged to the center of the cage. Obviously, the emotions are running hot for him. Both fighters are making their debut. How much do you think that played a role in the way the first round went? Obviously, it didn't go the way he wanted to. He was looking for positions that he couldn't get. Do you think that's going to affect him at all in the second round, or is that going to change him?
It could really go either way. You know, I mean, the way he came out like he was shot out of a cannon, and I think he made some mistakes on the ground that he realizes. I think this round he's going to look this corner. Hopefully he's telling him to settle down, pick his shot this time, you know, and try to wind up on top.
All right, folks, round 2 getting ready to start in the cage. Our referee, the third man in charge, Mylan, I'd like to buy a vowel, Ayers. Of course, Mylan Ayers, famous for his appearance on Wheel of Fortune. All right, here we go. Again, no touch of the gloves. Amateurs like to touch gloves, but these guys are not messing around.
Yeah, they just want to get right down to it. High kick misses for Jones.
Much more relaxed pace from Kirk at the start of the round. Both fighters pawing right hands with very little technique.
That's the second time Kirk got taken down with that lunging right leg kick.
Now, did he get taken down there, or did he kind of fall into guard? What do you think?
He got taken down.
That was a takedown?
Yeah, Jones had a body lock on him after he threw that flying body kick.
He didn't fight it at all, though, did he? He seems comfortable on his back, Kirk.
That's why I'm waiting to see, I'm waiting to see him get some active hips here and start looking for submissions or sweeps. He's doing a nice job of staying safe but not attacking.
Now, another thing I'd like to ask you is he seems to be elevating a lot, threatening with his legs. You know, these are fighters that are making their debuts under the amateur rules. They have to wear shin guards.
Right.
Do you think that's something that's going to be a problem? It's kind of hard to lock up a triangle. It's definitely impossible to get a Goga Plata with those shin guards.
Thanks for the cheap shot.
And and a couple guys, he seems to be elevating with his legs.
See here, he's got what's called a meat hook position in 10th Planet system, where he's going to try to pull his left leg in front of the face of Jones for that omoplata, but he needs to angle his hips out to the left in order to hit that.
Now, if he gets that omoplata, referee stops it, stands him up. I don't know what he saw there.
Jones is staying pretty busy. I guess, not doing any damage, though, possibly. Marlon wants to see it on the feet. Max Kirk mouth wide open. Jones had a nice
double leg
across the cage, going to win that takedown again.
Kirk's got a guillotine, though. He does not have both hands connected.
I can't tell if his other hand's connected here. That other hand's pretty deep. As the round comes to a close, though, Jones probably gonna stay safe.
Oh, wow. Much better round for Kirk, but how do you score that one, Kev?
I gotta give it to Jones again. He scored 2 takedowns. Helps his opponent up at the end of the round. Kirk's gonna need to turn this fight around completely. He's gonna have to abandon the right leg. He likes to kick with it. I think he needs to get this fight to the ground or try to score a knockout with the hands.
In the immortal words of the Eurythmics, who am I to disagree? I agree 100% with you on that one. 2-0.
And if someone gets knocked out, it's going to be sweet dreams.
They're made of these, Kevin.
They're
made of these.
Right hands.
All right, 2 rounds in the locker. Both Kevin Widows and myself have the fight being scored 2-0 for Derrick Jones. Max Kirk perhaps burned a little bit too much energy on his entrance.
Shout out to my striking coach, Tyler Wombles, listening. He says he can hear us. I thought the live stream was down, but maybe he's listening to the audio. I don't know.
Well, we are sexier than hell, so hello, Tyler. Thank you for listening to us. And a shout out to our host, JT Media. JT Media is the company that makes this all possible. Huge supporters of local MMA. They go out of their way to do this stuff so you guys can listen at home. So we want to thank JT and his team for putting this together.
Another nice takedown from Jones. Kirk made an attempt to try to get his hips back and recover, but Jones is too tenacious on that takedown. Kirk will need to pull something off from the bottom here. He's fishing for a triangle here. If he can get that left arm out of the way. I'm sorry, the right arm of Jones. It's there if he can get his right leg out.
Now, what's the difference between the meat hook position and mission control?
The meat hook is where you grab your same side leg with your same side hand. So I'd grab my left ankle or my left foot with my left hand and try to pull it in front of the guy. Mission control is the other arm.
Okay, so it's opposite hand. Those of you at home, we are describing the Eddie Bravo system of no-gi jiu-jitsu. Eddie Bravo does not use the traditional terms. He uses terms that he made up so he could shout them out during competitions without the opponent knowing what he was going for.
Big heavy knees from Jones and side control here. Max has got to get back up to his feet if he wants to win this fight. Jones controlled all 3 rounds down here, which I didn't expect. I wasn't sure he was going to be a grappler. Looking for that key lock now but he's not in the right position to finish that Americana.
Yeah, he's got to have his body on the opposite side. He seems to be too much on top of the elbow there.
Threatening nonetheless. It might turn into a straight arm lock here if he can clear that knee.
What surprises me is the lack of ability for Max to get up. He has great controlling jiu-jitsu, but he can't seem to use his jiu-jitsu to sweep to get back to his feet.
Well, his hips are dead on the bottom. And, his arms are out of position. It just seems that he has no answer for Jones' heavy side control.
Driving knees from Derrick Jones to the shoulder and back area of Max Kirk. We got 5 seconds left in the round, and this round looks like it's going to go the same as the first 2 rounds. Here's we have a shutout for Mr. Jones.
No. Oh, yeah. No, he wasn't. He was fucked. He was messing. So we're not, okay, so we are going to, after they make the decision.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hey, I don't know if you guys can hear us in the back, but our headsets keep going in and out.
Yeah, I can hear now. I'm good for right now, but it was fading in and out earlier.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, once again, let's give both fighters a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have our decision. Judge at ringside, Dr. Nelson Hamilton, scores the bout 30-27, while both judges ringside, George Gallegos and Nick Serrano, score the bout 29-28 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision, Jones Jr.
All right, Derrick Jones picking up a big win. Kevin and I disagree with some of the judges' scoring, but unanimous decision nonetheless. How did someone...
29-20, I don't know what they were looking at. Jones dominated that entire fight. I'm not sure what they saw, but he came away with the victory nonetheless.